Welcome to The God Vibe. This is a space where you remember what's already true inside of you. You remember the truth of the power and presence of love within. I'm Fima Zanke, and what I do is help people return to clarity, peace, and power, not by pushing harder, but by coming back into alignment with God. If you've been overthinking, forcing outcomes, or feeling disconnected, you're in the right place. Let's get you back into the God vibe. We are back with Nikki.
Your name is?
I'm Liane.
Hi, okay, nice to meet you.
Hello, Nikki.
I don't know what you know about me, but I am a spiritualist. So when I connect with people, my intention is to connect with their spirit self and relay information from that part of them to the human part of them. And that happens a couple different ways, predominantly through conversation, and that's what we're going to do today. So let me see. I ask you to include God in our time together today. And if I connect with your higher self today, absolutely everything she tells me about you should make sense, feel accurate, and settle truthfully because that is your soul. And that is a part of you connected to God in your body at the same time. If I am connecting with anybody in heaven, because sometimes they're going to pop through, then that looks a little bit to be more of a collaborative effort because they have to share information with me and you have to tell me if I could trust them or not. And if I can, then we're good to go. So what I like to do is reach out first and make a connection to your spirit. But I know that you are prepared with a question or you have a question. So I will connect with you after the question, if that's okay with you. So how can I help you? Well, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Let me just connect with you and then you can ask the question, okay? So hold on one second and let me do that. Do you know what chakras are?
Yes.
Okay. From my perspective, chakras are points of energy in our body that our soul uses to communicate. And sometimes when I connect with people, their spirit will talk to me through their chakra system. And that's what happened with you today. And your spirit initiates her connection behind your heart chakra. And then she goes right up to your crown chakra. And then she just comes right into your solar plexus. And then you come out of yourself like flowers, like everywhere. And so, if I discern this dance that your soul is doing, I would say that you are probably one of the most conscientious friends in the world. You don't let your own shit corrupt your advice to people. You see them for who they are, and you do, we were talking about that a couple minutes ago, Fia and I, about stepping away from your humanity and not letting that corrupt how you guide people or how you guide yourself, even. And when your spirit steps behind your heart chakra, because we carry our inner child in our heart chakra, and you have this ability to step away from your own humanity to help another person. You're also very truthful. It's hard for you to lie. It's probably don't lie because you'll never remember what you lied about because lies don't stay in your brain. They just don't stay there. And you're a validator. You really help people. Your soul comes out of your solar plexus, and then what you have to offer is the best of your soul, actually. Want to be friends? Yeah. So tell me.
You're hitting it all on the head.
Well, it should, if I am connecting or listening to your spirit correctly, you should be like, wow, that is me. I have made the effort to do it. It should feel like you because your soul is you, right? So,
Yes.
okay. Does that all make sense to you and settle truthfully for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And what is the question that you have today?
I try to live my life in peace, but I'm struggling. How do I protect my peace when I am so affected by everything that's going on around me?
Well, you're very empathetic.
Yes.
That is one of the things I see because as your soul, moves toward the backside of your heart chakra, what she's actually telling us now, She told us what that dance means for everybody in the world, but what it means for you, which is specific, because this is what I said earlier, is how you give this gift of yourself to the world, right? But what does that dance mean for the relationship and friendship that you have with yourself?
Mhm.
And basically, you're going to find the world in your heart, but you're going to find yourself in your brain.
Mhm.
And so, to maintain your peace, you can't self sacrifice because your emotions told you to do it. Because the emotions you may be making that decision on may not be yours. You see? Does that make sense?
No, can you explain what that last sentence, it may not be mine?
Yeah, when your soul, when a person has their heart chakra like free, it means that the rest of the world is going to use that.
Mhm.
And so you actually feel what other people feel. So you could wake up in the morning and you're super fine. You're fine for like 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden something shifts in your emotion or in your mind, in your body. Something is off. You don't know why though, because you were fine 5 minutes ago.
Mhm.
That would indicate that you're drawing in emotion, or you're drawing in confusion, or you're drawing in body pain or something from somebody else. Now,
Mhm.
people that are empaths, they can have varying emotions all day, but they're fine in the morning and they're fine before bed. They're just have a chunk of the day where they're feeling all these varying kinds of emotions. And so if you have an emotion that you don't know where it came from, it's not yours. Jump up and down 10 times, do something physical, get yourself out of your emotion, listen to a podcast, but distract yourself from the heaviness of the emotion,
Mhm.
because you know it's not yours. Now, if you have an argument with somebody and you and I are friends, and I say, "Oh, you sound mad today. Why are you mad?" You're going to say, "Well, I had this argument and this is what happened." Because for a human to feel something, something has to happen.
Mhm.
This happened, therefore I feel this way. If I feel some kind of something, but nothing happened, then that's energy coming in and circulating through me. And so that would be helpful in stepping away from emotions that aren't yours. And
Can
if
I,
you're talking about the outside world and what's going on in the outside world that's bringing us all down, this is where the relationship that you have with your soul is the most important thing in the world, because that is the part of you connected to God. And if you listen, your soul will guide you and lead you to a place that brings you that peace. So my daughter and I talk about this a lot because of everything going on in the government and in the world. And she's like, "Well, I don't know what we're going to do." And I said, "I don't know either, but it doesn't matter,
yeah.
because wherever we need to be that day, we'll be there that day." I mean, how many times have you know, been in the middle of something and you're like, "I don't know how this is going to work out." And then it works out and God sends a helper. And
Mhm.
you're like, "Oh, well, it's perfect." And so if we can recognize that, if we listen to our soul, we find that we always have what we need. And then it's our faith in having what we need and knowing that we can trust that part of ourself that is connected to God. That's how we find peace, because our own efforts in humanity, sometimes they're not going to solve the problem,
Mhm.
you know, but we'll still be protected. And that's what that friendship leads us to understand.
So I can let politics and all that stuff, I can let it go in one ear and out the other, and I respect people's opinions. But my issue is more with a one-on-one situation. And may I give an example?
Sure.
So I was out of town this morning and I knew planned my schedule so that I could be back in my office in plenty of time to have this conversation. I
Mhm.
allowed my transportation time and extra time in case I hit traffic, a little time to get calm, and that worked out perfectly. And then as I pull in my driveway, and now I knew before I came home that there was concrete construction going on in my backyard. My husband and
Mhm.
I have spent the last 3 years remodeling the home we currently live in. A lot of time was put into my front lawn. And when I pulled up, the guy was parked on my lawn. Now, the whole house is not a construction zone, and there's other construction vehicles here, and they parked in stone and in weeds. And this gentleman parked on my grass. And I know that probably seems so trivial, but I just worked on my grass for 3 years. And it was so disrespectful. It was so it was lack of courtesy, and I struggle with rudeness. I struggle with people not taking other people's feelings into account. So that's a perfect example of like that just threw me off. And he got in his vehicle. He was leaving for lunch. So I said to his coworkers, could you please ask the gentleman in the red truck to please not park directly on my lawn? He's dead center in my lawn. I said, my lawn is not part of the construction site. And then they kind of looked at me and I said, you know, I understand construction. My husband runs a construction company, and I sure hope our guys are not parking on someone's lawn. I have a huge circular driveway that was wide open and the road is open. So like that kind of stuff, Nikki, that sets me off. And I know
One of the things that happen about I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I know it seems trivial, but those are when I think of all the time I put into that lawn, and someone had the audacity when there's road, park on the road. And I thought to myself, what's wrong with you? Like, what made you park on my grass? Convenient.
So one of the things it always is for them, isn't it? But that identifies a couple different things. The first thing is that really to find peace in our day-to-day situations, especially when people are doing the things that we wouldn't do. Every emotion that you have, and everybody has like a subset of emotions, right? So you may have 5 or 6 emotions that follow you through your lifetime. I might have 10 emotions that follow me through my lifetime. But each of those emotions, when they are created, they hold on to the age that they were. So that level of, who are you as a person? Well, you do respect people, you do see people, you do validate people. That's what your soul said earlier. So even in the friendship you have with yourself, this is the gift you're giving to the world. That's how your spirit identified it. The gift we give to the world isn't usually the gift we get back. That's the first understanding, right? Yes. Because nobody in our group has that same gift to give. So then our goal is, can we give that gift to ourselves? So I could talk to you about 20 minutes about that, but I won't. That's just step number 1. Step number 2 is you can even ask yourself, how old is that emotion? And if you don't know, you say, when was the first time in my life I remember feeling so disrespected? And then what arrives? What time of your life did you feel very disrespected? And how old were you? Because however old you were, whatever that experience was, that's the age of the emotion. Okay. So every time in your life that emotion is triggered, if that emotion is 7, you're 7. Right. And so when our emotional self is triggered, that emotion is so large that it changes the way we think, because now we're thinking according to the emotion and not according to the logic. So our first goal is to take that subset of emotion and try to place it somewhere in our life. Where did it start? And recognize that even if we have 1,000 experiences, that emotion has been triggered 1,000 times. So we don't ever have the ability, sometimes we do, but more often than not, we don't, to fix the situation. But it's hard to have a plan for the situation. Now you have a plan for the situation. Please tell the guy, don't park on my lawn. That's very disrespectful. That's my plan. But what if he doesn't follow the plan? Right? Then you're left still with this frustration. So now you already made the plan for that thing on earth, but now you have to make a plan for this feeling that you have. And that's a separate plan.
Okay. Rooted
So,
in previous experience
mhm,
of
mhm,
disrespect. Yeah. Which I
yeah,
cannot tolerate in my adult life. I
right. Because
struggle with
probably it happened when you were
that.
younger and you didn't have a voice
Yes,
and you couldn't say anything and
yes.
nobody listened to what you say, you
Ex-
know. And so
Exactly.
then,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so one of the things too, then you have to go backward to that younger self and explain to her through meditation, through prayer. You want to tell her, look, I'm sorry you went through that. But the reason you went through that is, and then why did you have to go through that? You know, if I went through a situation where I was abandoned and my little girl self feels super abandoned, then I need to go tell her why. And so I go back and I say a little prayer and I picture myself talking to my little girl self. And I'm like, you totally had to do that because we never abandon anybody. Like everybody counts on us and we're always there and we're a good person. And that's why you did that. And thank you so much. You know, so you want to find the positive response to that emotion. And then you balance it out. Otherwise, it holds heaviness through different experiences in your life.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Liane.
Sure.
We do have some other people waiting, so
I do just have to tell you though, and I think this is for you, but were you very close to the grandpa on your mom's side?
I never knew either grandpa.
Well, do you know if the grandpa on your mom's side was religious or did your mom grow up religious?
My mother grew up very religious.
Because there's a man coming through and he likes that I prayed before my sessions, but I prayed before our podcast today too, because just to make sure it would go okay. And so he comes through and he's like, thank you for praying, which just tells me that that was important to him, you know, to pray or to be in the faith. And he does stand on your mom's side of the family. So he's on mom's side of the family, but he is a spirit guide to you. And he literally walks next to you all the time. Like
Wow.
he's your earth spirit guide. So like the good parking spaces, that's him. Oh, I just missed that car accident. Whew, thank God, that's him. Like these are the little niceties that happen in your life. So when you listen to your inner guidance, he can help you manifest whatever you're listening to.
Yeah, and let me tell
Yeah.
you, I feel that because I've had so many close calls where I've come out smelling like a rose and I knew it was a higher power handling that for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your grandpa and your dad on your mom's side.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to come through and say that. And then he's also wishing a birthday. Happy birthday. Is there a birthday last month, this month, or next month?
Yeah, July.
And whose birthday is that? He's singing happy birthday.
That was mine.
Oh, happy birthday from your grandpa.
Well, thank you. And could it be my dad or your family?
No, your dad. No, your dad. Well, your dad, he had a heart condition or a lung condition, couldn't breathe well.
Correct.
Okay, but that's not your grandpa, right? He died of something different.
Correct.
Because your dad is near you all the time. Now, your grandpa, he walks next to you, so he's like your daily niceties, you know, like things that happen in your everyday. Your dad protects your energy, he protects your spirit. He doesn't let, when people have a negative thought about you, he swats it away so it never lands on your energy. One of them was in the military, but I'm not sure which one.
My dad.
Okay, okay, and that's him. So your dad is over here on this side of you. He has his hand on your shoulder. And
Yeah.
then your grandpa, and this is your dad's side of the family. And then your mom's side of the family is this side, and that's where your grandpa is. And so that they're two distinct energies that follow you around. You have
One.
a lot of people over there. You have an animal over there. So
Yeah,
you have a lot.
I do.
But everybody loves you so much. So
Thank you. Thank you,
you're
Nikki.
welcome. It was so nice to meet you today.
You too. You too.
God bless.
thank you,
God
Liane.
bless
Thank you,
you.
Nikki.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna hop into the
Bye.
next question.
Okay.
One final question, Nikki. Are you ready? This is Kay, and Kay is joining us not on camera. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Kay. How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Same here. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Let me explain a little bit about this process. I'm a spiritualist. So when I connect with you today, my intention is to connect with your spirit self and relay information from that part of you to the human part of you. And that happens a couple different ways, but for the purpose of our podcast, it will be happening through conversation. As you and I are talking, if your spirit will connect with me, then she'll share information with me about the different topics that we're talking about. I do ask that you include God in our time together today. Another thing that can happen today is you may have family or friends from heaven connecting, so that works a little bit differently. If I'm connecting with your spirit, everything she tells me about you, it should make sense, it should feel accurate, it should settle truthfully every single time, because that's a part of you connected to God in your body at the same time. For any friends or family in heaven, they don't have a body to link to, so it's their job to share information with me that you can validate. As long as you can validate what they're talking about, then I know that we're connecting with them properly. So what I'm going to do is first connect with your spirit, and then once we're connected, then that's when you can ask your question. So if you'll please include God in our time, and I will reach out for your spirit. So this is very nice of you to participate today. I appreciate that. Have you ever done anything like this? Your spirit, the reason I ask is your spirit is behind you a little bit in the area where you have self-identity. So in your solar plexus. And so I'm waiting a little bit for your soul to come into the session. Do you have any questions for me? Is this a challenge with faith to connect with heaven or with your own soul? Is there any questions I can answer? Because things have to make sense to you. And if they don't make sense to you, you can't settle with them. Is that true about you in general?
I would say yes.
And if you, so it would be important then that I explain things to you because you're very analytical and you like to have the reasoning behind things. If you have the reasoning, then you can flow with it. Is that true?
Very true.
Yeah. Have you noticed a lot of people drop their problems right in your lap because you have a tendency to fix them? And if people want the truth, they should talk to you. But if they're not ready for the truth, they shouldn't talk to you. Because some people aren't ready to face their truth. But you see that truth in people. Is that true about you?
Yes.
Okay. So, any questions you have, you can definitely ask me. However, okay, let me ask your spirit a few things. Let me just get connected to her. So, in your God job, you would be like a truth speaker and a rescuer. Like you would be rescuing people a lot. Um, that kind of sometimes makes people not think of you, like when they're going to have a party or they're going out to dinner, because they get really comfortable with you solving literally every one of their problems. Um, your most difficult challenge, I think, would be to honor your truth in a way that is self-deserving. Like, nobody is going to be able to do for you what you do for them. If you one day think you need therapy, you're going to therapy the therapist. So you understand what I mean? Like, so if you ever need clarity, just find a really nosy friend that's going to ask you a bunch of questions and you are going to answer your own questions because it seems like your nature to do so. If that all sounds like you, then we are connected. Does that all sound like you?
I would say yes.
You would say yes, or
Yes.
pretty spot on. It should
I,
be like
I would
pretty
say
much spot on.
spot on
Okay. Because if it's not, then I'm wrong and I have to go back to your spirit and double check. So I just want to make sure. Now, are you missing your mom?
every day.
And she's in heaven. There is a lady standing up above you. She has her hands on your head like she's giving you a blessing. So, does your mom talk to you a lot from heaven?
Um,
Because she acts like she does. And she says that you and her think alike. So sometimes you think it's your thought, but it's actually your mom's thought. And sometimes you're not even thinking of your mom, and whammo, there she is in your brain. Is this true?
That's true.
Yeah, that's you're having brown energy communication with your mom. Um, so she wants you to trust it. And if you find, because you could translate for your mom, like if your family is around and you say, Mom would have said this, nobody can deny that that's exactly what your mom would have said because you know her or you know truth, and that's how that happens. So she is with you all the time. She is a spirit guide for you, like a principal spirit guide and guardian angel to you. And when I connect with your mom, she's modeling and she says she looks beautiful and young, like 32 to 35 years old is like her eternal age. Like she looks great. She's lively and bubbly. Is that true about her at that age?
My mom, she was always lively and
Yeah,
bubbly.
like I could totally hang out with her. She's fun. Like, and
Yep.
that's how she like, comes through in her session is like you want to go dancing, you want to go do this, you want to go do that. Like there's I'm glad she's at the party, is basically what she says. She does show me her wedding ring. I believe it's her wedding ring, but if it's not, it's a ring of significance. Do you wear it? Or do you have a ring for your mom? Like, oh, that ring is my like I made that ring because my mom passed. Like it's memorialized with you.
No, I don't have any of her rings, and she never wore a ring. From what I
Okay.
remember, she never wore any rings. I mean, with when I was with her.
Okay. And you don't have any of her rings.
No, no,
And do you have any rings that belong to anyone in the family?
no.
Okay. So let me go back to her then and ask. So is there a birthday or anniversary in September, October, or November for your family?
My mom's birthday is October 12th.
Yeah, I just need 1 month to match that. So I am understanding her. I want to ask her why she's showing me wedding ring. Are you married?
I'm not married. No,
Is that a concern in your life?
no, not at all.
Don't know what your mom is trying to convey. There's only one other option, actually. Did you not get to say goodbye to your mom when she passed?
I was with her the night about half an hour before she passed. She would not pass in front of me until after we left.
Okay. So one of the things that happens sometimes when I'm connecting with somebody in heaven, they'll come through, they give me their confirmation messages, so I feel comfortable it's them, and then they might tell me something that like you can't confirm this thing about the ring. Um, if that happens and I ask her a follow-up question and she gives me another vision and then you confirm it, then it's not that I'm not understanding her. It's that she intentionally told me something that you're not going to be able to say yes to me about. And that's why I asked her a follow-up question. And she told me the months for a birthday. When that happens, it means that there was a break in communication. And sometimes the break in communication could be that your mom lost her ability to communicate before her passing, or that she had a dementia or a Alzheimer's, or she was in more of a medicated state, but that the communication between you and her was disrupted. And sometimes that's just because you leave and they die after you leave because they didn't want to die in front of you.
Correct.
And so that would be what would be happening here is that she wants you to know that when she passed, she went to where you were. So, have you recently thought to change your profession?
Actually, I was thinking about retiring, but right now I cannot afford it.
Okay, let me ask her if her showing me the change in profession is your retirement or a different job. I just want to make sure if she's referring to that. Did you ever have braces?
No.
Okay, then she is not referring to a change of a job. So that would be that she's referring to retirement, and that looks like it's about a year and a half away.
That's my plan.
Yeah, it's about a year and a half away. And then are you going to Hawaii, Bahamas, someplace like traveling? Because there's a big trip after you retire.
I'm not planning on it.
Okay. Okay. I still see it though.
Okay.
And
I
what's
wouldn't
important
mind.
about December? Not Christmas though.
What about December?
Is there something special for you in December that is not Christmas? A birthday, an anniversary, somebody you care about?
No, I'm going to the office in downtown Chicago for a Christmas party. That's the only thing that I could think of.
I can take that if your mom is talking about your career at the same time. What is your question that you have?
Um, I have recently, in the last couple days, one of my horses has EPM. That's a neurological disease from possum poop in their hay. And I just came back from my vet's office to get the medication.
Is it a boy horse?
Yes,
Okay, what's his name?
como va?
Okay. I think I'm connected to him because when you started to talk about him, I understood he's a boy and I have a headache when I connect with him. Does the thing he have, does that affect his brain or his coordination, or anything like that? Because sometimes when I have things in my brain, from our fur babies, and our animals, it's more about coordination and ability to like move their muscles the right way.
Yes, he could barely stand. It's a spinal thing, and he keeps hitting his head on the
Mm.
walls. He's bumping his head every time he moves in the stall.
Yeah, he can't, he's really dizzy. It's like something isn't right. And I do have a headache when I connect with him, and he says that that headache makes him like drunk.
Yes, yes,
So, and he says drunk, but I also feel dizzy. And then
yes,
my dog, Penny, comes and she says that it's like our other dog who passed because she got a lot of ammonia in her brain. And that's what Comeva, Comeva, that's what he references it like. It almost feels like he's got alcohol in his brain and it makes him drunk feeling.
he looks, when he walks, he looks like he's drunk. That's exactly what I told the vet.
Yeah. What would you like to know from him?
I want to know, does he want to live?
Okay, let me ask him. Can I ask if any of his feet, did he have an injury to one foot, leg, horseshoe? Just one.
Before the lady gave him to me in November,
Hmm.
he had to have front shoes put on because he did hurt one of his hooves. He's a retired pony horse from the racetrack. He used to lead the race horses to the gate, and it was a very, very difficult job for the horses. They're stressed out.
Wow. Yeah. I asked him, I said, "Hey, buddy, do you want to live?" And he showed me two visions. The first vision he showed me is that one of his feet was injured and he had to have it fixed. And then he showed me the horseshoes and stuff. And then the very second vision, and so because he showed me that, and you're confirming that that in fact did happen, then that answer is a yes. Yes, he would like to live. Now I ask him, so then the very next vision that comes to me, and I don't know if you watch TikTok or Instagram, but he showed me his spirit and my spirit, they have to talk. And then when they talk, they come up with how to best say the answer to the question. So do you watch TikTok?
No,
Oh, do you watch Instagram?
no.
Okay, so there's this it's either on TikTok or Instagram, and it's this white dog. And this white dog has these neurological problems in his brain. And his original owners relinquished him because they didn't want to have to deal with all of his problems. And instead of like walking, he can't walk. Like he crisscrosses his legs and
Right.
he bounces around, and he is the cutest thing. Happy, alive, running around, and so the owners that adopted him are like, thank you to the person who dumped him, because look at the joy that we got from him bobbling around on his little crooked self. And he is so cute. And so that is like, yes, he will be happy even if he has this issue with this illness, because that's, we would ask, that's our family.
Right.
And we would ask, is my mom going to have a good quality of life? And so he's like, yes, I want to live. But then the follow-up thing that like, it makes me want to cry is he's going to be happy too. Like he will be happy even if he has that. So yes, he wants to stay alive and he thinks it'll be great. He really loves you, by the way.
Oh, he has a great life. He has a great life with me.
Yeah, he knows. That's why he wants to stick around. You have made a very big, we've talked to a few people and they were very beautiful connections that I don't remember anymore because I forget, but your horse is just breaking me up. He really loves you a lot. Like unconditionally loves you and has never been loved unconditionally. But you love him literally unconditionally. And like he's grateful. He wants to stay as long as you will have him. I'm so sorry, guys.
He got Nikki.
Oh, he did. He's such a sweet.
I'm tearing up too.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
I have two of them from the track, retired, and my horseshoer said they were literally used as a tool. And his knees it's called over at the knees. Uh-oh.
Wow.
And he, from the stress of the job that they had to perform every day for years.
I have to tell you, if you have, and people can relate to this, because if you've ever gone a day in your life, like where you feel unloved, you know how that feels
Yes.
when you have that? And then something happens and you realize, like, I'm loved? What? That's what he feels with you.
Mm.
That's how you change his life. He's never been unconditionally loved. And
Wow.
you do that, and that I can feel it like in my heart.
And these two horses were given to me. They were given to me because they needed a good home for retirement. And they have a great home here with me. That's
They
why
know.
I want to stay lit.
They know they have a great home with you for sure. Yes,
So
he wants to
beautiful.
stay with you as long as you'll have him. Oh,
Good.
I love you right now. Like that is just beautiful. What love. That is just wow.
Yeah.
Great.
They're my babies.
I know.
Same with my dog. I saved his life 2 weeks ago with the vet coming out for him.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, they all love you. Your mom is just beyond proud and just so proud. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. And
Thanks.
did I ask you what your question was? Did we
Yeah.
do that? We did. Okay.
The horse.
Okay.
If he wants
Okay.
to.
Okay. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
We're going to wrap up. Thank you for your question, Kay. And we really appreciate, Nikki, you taking the extra time here with our guests. And I do want to ask you to please deliver to our listeners and our viewers how they can reach you, Nikki, because clearly through each of our questions and from our interaction at the beginning, people can really feel your heart, and how you put your heart and soul into working with people. And this is why you and I connected nearly 11 years ago when I came to you asking questions about our first granddaughter, and you had mentioned that she was a meant to be here baby, and she certainly is that. And now we're blessed to have a second granddaughter as well. So we really appreciate your time and energy and effort with all of us. And I want to have you put your information out there so people can reach you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It's been really a pleasure to connect with everybody today. Thank you again for having me. I have a website. It is almapura.com. So that's ALMAPURA.com. And you can reach me there. You can also reach me on Facebook, Instagram. I have a YouTube channel too that has a lot of educational videos on it. So if people want to dive into spirit that way, you can always look at the channel and get some information and some practices for yourself to increase your friendship with your own soul. So that's it.
Love it. Okay. almapura.com, and reach out to Nikki. She's fabulous. She will give you great insights as to the direction of your life and many other things, and may even connect with someone of your loved ones in heaven. So, so be sure to connect with Nikki. Thank you, Nikki, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
What
Thank
a
you
pleasure
so much.
it's been. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kay. You've been great.
Thank you, Kay. It was
Thank
so
you
nice
very
to
much.
meet you. Yeah, have a great day. It was so nice to meet you. God
I'm
bless.
gonna go feed the horses now, and I'm gonna tell them that I just
Great.
talked to you.
Yep. Great. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks,
God
Kay.
bless.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. If something in this episode landed for you, just notice that. You don't need to rush to fix anything. Awareness is where everything begins. And if you're ready to go deeper, not just hearing this, but actually living it, I offer a few ways to work together. You can find those in the show notes. Until next time, stay connected to your body, trust what you feel, and come back to the God vibe.